Chicago's wealthiest suburbs are hiding some of the most valuable real estate in America. From historic mansions to modern lakefront estates, these exclusive neighborhoods offer luxury living that rivals the Hamptons, often at better values. And today, I'm taking you inside the areas where Chicago's ultra-wealthy choose to live and showing you what makes these suburbs so special in 2025. So whether you're looking to buy in these areas or just curious about where the ultra-wealthy live, you're going to want to watch this entire video. So let's jump into it. What's going on, you guys? I'm Blankenship, a Chicagoland realtor helping people just like you move in and around the Chicagoland area. And first on the list is a suburb with history going all the way back to the 1800s. Hinsdale is about 20 miles west of downtown Chicago, which is perfect for so many who want that balance of luxury suburban living while still being able to get downtown pretty easily. Most people don't know that this area actually started as Brush Hill way back in the 1800s. The history here is incredible, and you can honestly see it in every single street you drive through. If you've ever driven through the neighborhoods of Hinsdale, it's super cool how they were able to preserve these gorgeous historic homes while updating everything inside to modern luxury standards. You've got these beautiful historic buildings right downtown that are actually on the National Register of Historic Places. But then you've got all these modern luxury amenities that, luxury buyers are truly looking for. And let me tell you, the zoning ordinances here are actually pretty strict about maintaining the colonial architecture style, which is something people really appreciate because it helps protect clients' investments. Speaking of homes, let me tell you guys about the current market here because these numbers are actually pretty wild. The typical home value in Hinsdale is sitting at around $1.2 million, but truthfully, that's just the starting point. Here's the kind of suburb where you can purchase an incredible colonial style home. We're talking about a completely restored property with this absolutely stunning gourmet kitchen, smart home features throughout, and even a wine cellar that can make any collector jealous. But to me, Hinsdale stands out for its amazing downtown area. I love walking around here because it really shows you what makes this community so special. You've got these beautiful boutique shops and incredible restaurants. I actually had dinner at Nubuki the other week with my girlfriend, and it's definitely in the top 3 of my personal favorite sushi spots in the suburbs. And if you ask them when you're there, they have sushi that isn't on the menu. I highly recommend it if you're visiting here in Hinsdale, and truthfully, the whole area has this gorgeous historic district feel that you really just can't find anywhere else. But there's a secret about Hinsdale that most people don't realize. The private clubs here are next level. The Hinsdale Golf Club, which has actually been around since the 1890s, is one of those places where you're really getting that exclusive experience. And then you've got Ruth Lake Country Club with incredible amenities such as golf courses, tennis courts, and amazing dining facilities. There's a whole community that's formed around the activities here, truthfully, in Hinsdale. In fact, something super interesting about these clubs is that they're not just about the amenities, they're really about building the community. When clients search for homes here, they aren't just looking for a nice house. They're looking to feel connected with their neighbors and be involved in the community. But this is truly just the beginning. In fact, there are so many Chicago suburbs that have pushed into the luxury market. I'll tell you all about these, but first, let's talk about another suburb where the wealthy choose without thinking twice. Now, let's move up to the North Shore, where Lake Forest is generally one of those breathtaking areas in all of Chicagoland area. You're only about 30 miles from downtown Chicago, but the moment you drive through these gorgeous tree-lined streets, you feel like you're in a completely different world up here. That's exactly why the North Shore location is simply unbeatable, and it gives off Hampton-style vibes. But the best part is that the value you get for your money is way better than the Hamptons. I'm talking about the same level of luxury and prestige, but with this incredible Midwestern charm that just makes everything feel more welcoming. We'll talk about real estate values in a second here, but now let's go over what everyone's curious about. Lake Michigan access. This is something that's consistently amazes residents because it's not only just about having a lake view, but also having spectacular private beaches. My favorite thing to do is whenever I'm in the North Shore is walk down to the shoreline to see those pristine private beaches with dedicated parking and exclusive facilities. The beach access system is actually well organized. Depending on where you buy, you might get rights to specific beaches, which I think is a huge bonus about living in Lake Forest. When we look at the numbers, the average home value is hovering right around $1.09 million, but that's barely scratches the surface of what's truly available. It's easy to find estates that perfectly capture what makes Lake Forest special, such as a historic mansion completely updated with modern luxuries sitting on nearly 2 acres with private lake access. The asking price for one of those, just shy of $6 million, and trust me, when I say they go pretty fast, even at that higher price point, they really do. And the market here is unlike anything else I'm seeing in Chicagoland right now. Properties are moving quickly, especially ones with lake views or beach access rights. What's particularly interesting is how well these homes hold their value. Even during market fluctuations, Lake Forest tends to remain remarkably stable. But if there's one thing that sets Lake Forest apart, it's actually Market Square. In fact, this market was one of America's first planned shopping centers built in 1916. Today, it's this gorgeous mix of high-end boutiques and fantastic restaurants that make you feel like you have your own little slice of Michigan Avenue right in your backyard. The amenities here go way beyond shopping though. The Ragdale Foundation adds this incredible artistic element to the community. They bring in artists from all over the world for residencies, and then you've got multiple golf courses, tennis clubs, and these amazing parks scattered throughout the area. And before we head to our next suburb, let me tell you something about the community aspect here, because it's pretty remarkable too. When you buy a home in Lake Forest and move there, you're not just getting a luxury home, you're getting access to this incredible network of successful cultured neighbors who truly appreciate the unique mix of natural beauty and refined living the suburb offers. If you think this North Shore area is impressive, wait until you hear about this next suburb that's even more exclusive in my opinion. But real quick, if you're not completely sure about where in Chicagoland you should live, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get new videos with everything you need to know about living here every single week. And these videos will help you make the best decision on your home search. So hit the subscribe button and let's get back to our next suburb. The Wilmette-Winnetka corridor has seen some absolutely mind-blowing numbers recently. Winnetka alone had a median household income of right around $250,000 in 2022, sourced by Data USA. What's really interesting about this area is the mix of architecture you'll find. Just driving through these streets, you'll see everything from stunning colonials to ultra-modern mansions. A lot of these homes actually were built during the area's golden age, and the level of preservation is, pretty remarkable, truthfully. The Winnetka Community House is a perfect example of the architectural heritage they've managed to maintain here in Winnetka. But what stands out about this area is the school systems consistently ranking among the absolute best in Illinois according to niche.com. Here, we have Winnetka School District 36 and Wilmette School District 39, which are both exceptional. Parents moving to the area often tell me these school rankings were the deciding factor in their home search, especially looking to make a move in the Chicago suburbs. Now, let's talk numbers. In Winnetka, we're seeing average home values around $1.5 million, while Wilmette is sitting at about $1.1 million. But here's an insider secret. These averages don't tell the whole story. There was just a historic mansion sale in Winnetka just topped around $3 million, and honestly, it seems to be more and more common lately. But to me, what really matters about this corridor is how the community comes together. Between both villages, you've got access to some of the most beautiful Lake Michigan beaches and even more beyond that. Throughout the year, these communities host amazing cultural events. We're talking about art fairs that draw people from all over Chicago, farmers markets that showcase local producers, and holiday celebrations that make you feel like you're living in a movie. The real value in the Wilmette-Winnetka corridor isn't just in the property prices or the school ranking. It's in how these two communities complement one another. You can start your morning at a boutique coffee shop in Wilmette, spend the afternoon at a beach in Winnetka, and finish your evening at one of the area's upscale restaurants. The lifestyle here is truly unmatched anywhere else in Chicagoland. These suburbs are definitely the top places where the wealthy choose to live, but as I said, we're seeing other emerging luxury markets popping up here. So let's talk about them. First, we have Western Springs. The suburb has all these initiatives to implement innovative neighborhood watch programs, state-of-the-art security systems throughout the public spaces, and a highly responsive police force that focuses on preventative measures. That's probably why these properties here maintain their value extraordinarily well, creating a unique phenomenon in the real estate market. Homes in Western Springs are selling roughly at 22% faster than the comparable properties in the neighboring communities, and another growing area to point out is Kenilworth, which just broke records with average home values surpassing $2 million. I know, that's a number that that turns heads, but the real story is in the details of these sales and how these record prices are being achieved. We're seeing properties that sold for $1.5 million just 5 years ago now commanding well over $2.5 million, and the appreciation isn't really slowing down here. But something most people don't know about Kenilworth's luxury market is how it's undervalued compared to similar communities on the East and West Coast. I mean that properties here offering the same level of exclusivity and amenities are selling for about 30% less than their coastal counterparts. Besides, each of the available homes here showcases what makes Kenilworth special: the perfect blend of historic architecture and modern luxury. Then we also have Glencoe's lakefront properties setting new standards for luxury living in the Chicago suburbs, rivaling anything you'd find in the Hamptons or Newport. This suburb stands out simply because every lakefront property comes with its own unique character. Some homes offer private beaches, others feature boat launches, and many include spectacular outdoor entertainment spaces designed to maximize those Lake Michigan views. The premium for a lakefront property in Glencoe, though, it's substantial. Waterfront homes are commanding anywhere from 4 to 6% more than similar sized properties just a few blocks inland. But even with these scary numbers, it's actually pretty fascinating how quickly these properties are moving when they hit the market. One thing I need to point out about these trends is how the new developments are also catching people's attention here. There are currently $7 billion in development projects planned or underway in these emerging luxury markets, and this investment is transforming these communities in remarkable ways. What's really interesting about these developments is their focus on sustainability. We're seeing LEED certified buildings becoming the norm rather than the exception, driving property values up by appealing environmentally conscious luxury buyers. The mixed-use developments are also popping up in areas like Lombard and Schaumburg, redefining suburban living. You can simply have high-end retail, dining, and recreational facilities right at your doorstep, and that's actually the new standard these developments are setting for the luxury markets. For the future, market analysis are projecting 15 to 20% value appreciation in these emerging luxury markets over the next 3 years, and that's significantly higher than the predicted growth rate for established luxury areas. And these predictions are directly tied to infrastructure improvements. Major transportation and community development projects are making these areas more accessible and desirable than ever before. And the data suggests that we're just at the beginning of a major transformation in these markets, with city residents increasingly looking for suburban properties that offer both luxury and convenience. These areas are positioned for substantial growth. From Hinsdale's historic charm to Lake Forest's lakefront luxury, from the prestigious Wilmette Winnetka corridor to these emerging markets that are really changing the game, Chicago's luxury suburbs are truly something special in 2025. So if you're thinking about making a move to any of these incredible areas, whether it's next week or next year, I would love to be your real estate agent of choice. Just text me at the number on screen or grab my info in the description to get started, and we'll help you find your next home. But before you go, if you enjoyed this video but want to learn about Chicago's #1 wealthiest suburb, then check out this video here. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.